back to the channel. Thank you for being here. Might be nighttime where you are. I don't know. Just depends on where you're watching in the world. Thank you so much for joining me, for being faithful to the channel. Those of you who come back time and time again to watch the show, I really appreciate you. Thank you for those who have subscribed to the channel. If you haven't, I hope you will consider. If you're new here, I'm Christie, and I'm going to attempt to get you a message from Spirit today. The message that I've already gotten since I've been meditating on this reading. Well, welcome to the channel, Cosmo. This is Cosmo, my kaik. Come here, sweetheart. Come here. You gonna say good morning? Say good morning. Good morning, everybody. Can you say hi? Can you say hi? Yeah. What is it? What do you want? Someone could fly to see you. And it could be unexpected, like you might not even expect them to come. And the reason why I say that is because of the music. If you're new here, the music shapes the reading. And the name of the reading is If I Needed You. And that title came from the song that I got for the reading. He just wants some Coke, and then he'll probably go back to his cage. Hang on one second. Get you a little bit, and then you're going back in your cage because Mommy's got to work. Maybe that'll give us some time for some people to show up. Not sure where everybody is today, but hopefully somebody will show up. If not, then you'll all get to see it on the replay. And I hope you will, like I say, consider subscribing and that you'll like the video as well. Share it, hype it. Some of you guys have been hyping the videos, and I appreciate that so much. Welcome to the channel. I can't tell who's watching. I can only tell that someone's watching, and I want you to know, rather, that I appreciate you being here. Cosmo just flew in here and got on my head because he wanted some Coke. So I'm going to give him a little bit of Coke, and then he's got to go back to his cage. Oh, you done? You got all you want now? Okay. Are you going to get on my shoulder and behave, or do I need to go put you up? Come on. Get up here on my shoulder. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come here. Hey, what's all that fuss? What's all that fuss? I love you. I love you, little boy. Yes, I do love my baby. You're my sweet, well, you know, you're my sweet baby. Yes, you are such a sweet baby. Mommy loves you so much. Yeah. All right. All right, I'm going to go put him in his cage. Oh, you guys like him being here? I don't mind if he stays as long as he behaves. All right, get on my shoulder and I'll let you stay. Welcome to the channel. Thank you. This is Cosmo. If you're new here, he's my kaik parrot, and I've had him for a little over a year. I also have a dog whose name is Otto, and I've had Otto for 9 years. Otto has been a part of the show since day one, and Cosmo is now part of the show as well. And he seems to be, thank you, Grace. Thank you, sweetheart, for your sweet compliment. All right, so the title of the video, as you may have noticed, was If I Needed You. And the reason why I titled it that is because Spirit gives me songs, and those songs will shape the reading. And so I'm going to tell you the words to the song so you'll understand kind of what the reading is going to be about. And then Spirit will back that up with the cards that I pull. And when you hear me speak, when I say things, it's not just me babbling on and on and on like you might imagine I'm doing. It's actually part of the reading because I'm what they call a medium. And when I talk, I'm talking just like the cards speak, I speak. And what I say, the cards will typically verify that at some point in the reading. All right, so the song that I got is If I Needed You, and it's by Jamie Johnson and some woman. I can't remember her name. Bear with me. It's not a very long song. If I Needed You, I love it too. It's beautiful, Grace. It's beautiful. It's a song about trust. It's a song about if you needed somebody, would they actually be there for you? And I will tell you that last year in August, I was on my ladder on the corner of my house fixing my Google Nest camera. And I live alone because I'm a widow. For 3 years now, I've been a widow, and I've lived here by myself. Well, when that ladder broke, I fell 12 feet and messed up my ribs on my right side, and I badly, badly sprained my ankle. Um, and I have diabetes, so I almost lost my right foot after that. It really took, it still has not completely healed. I have a very bad scar there that'll probably be there for the rest of my life. But I say that to say that when I went through that time, I needed somebody. I was all alone and I couldn't walk. And I had one person that was able to show up, and that person was my best friend Stacy, and she was working 12-hour shifts 7 days a week, but she still showed up. She would come by and check on me and make sure I had food, bring me something to eat. She didn't come often because she was working, but she did come when she could. And also, when I had doctor's appointments, my mother went to every appointment with me. Because when I fell and I ended up in the emergency room, they told me I had bone cancer. When they did the CAT scan on me, they told me I had bone cancer. So they started a series of tests on me at the oncology center, to find out what was going on with that. And I had to have a bone marrow biopsy. I had to have a biopsy. I had to have a lot of blood work. And the oncologist I had was fantastic. He was one of the best. I mean, he was just, his bedside manner was amazing. And he told me, he said, you, for all intent and purposes, as when I look in your, chart, just looking at it, it looks like you have bone marrow cancer. He said, but all your biopsies are coming back benign. He said, it's the strangest thing I've ever seen, and I'll be honest with you, I've never seen anything like it. He said, I don't know what's wrong with you, but I don't think it's truly bone marrow cancer. So he said, I'm going to consult with another physician that might know a little bit more. They've been practicing longer than I have. Maybe they've seen something like this in the past. And I had told him in the very beginning when I gave him my history that I had a autoimmune disease called Sjogren's, and that I had been told that there was a very good chance that I have lupus, but they were not going to diagnose me with lupus until I started showing real symptoms of lupus. And so when he consulted with that other doctor, the other doctor said, I've seen this one time in my career. He had been practicing oncology for 20 years. He said, I've seen it one time in my career, and it was a woman who had lupus. And her lupus, when she had extreme stress, would mimic other diseases, very serious, life-threatening diseases. And one of them one time was bone marrow cancer. And so he came back and he told me, he said, Miss Chandler, he said, I don't know what's wrong with you. He said, I'm just going to be real honest with you. I'm not 100% sure what's wrong with you. He said, but what we suspect is that you have lupus, and that your lupus is, in fact, mimicking bone marrow cancer because of the trauma of you falling. He said, you already had the tumors developing, probably just from stress over time. Your body thought you had bone marrow cancer. It still thinks I have bone marrow cancer. That hasn't changed. And so I have symptoms of bone marrow cancer. But I don't have to get any kind of special treatment for it, thank God. And I'm not going to die from it. The lupus will kill me, but not the bone marrow cancer. So I say all that to say that when I was going through all that, I lost a very, very good job. I lost the best job I've ever had in my life. I was working for the state, and I work in mental health. and they fired me wrongfully. The termination write up was complete lies. And what was so amazing about it is I knew it was coming. I saw it coming, and I had proof for every accusation she made. I had proof that it was a lie. So they had to do an investigation, and then the state is going to have to also do an investigation. And I don't know, nor do I care what the outcome of all that's going to be, because all that was spirit moving me where I need to be. And I'm still not there yet. I had another job before the end of that week was out, working for another company, and I still work for that company. I'm not happy there. I know I'm not where I'm supposed to be. I'm temporarily there for some reason. God always seems to put me in places for other people instead of for me. But it is also paying my bills to some extent. I'm struggling because when I lost my last job, I lost about $20,000 a year in income. So to say that I'm struggling would be an understatement right now. Okay. I was just in there getting dressed, and I was looking in my closet, and the clothes in my closet, this is no lie, are 10 years old. And most of them are 2 or 3 sizes too big because I've lost so much weight. And I'm not saying that because I want you to feel any kind of way. I'm not asking for anything. I would never ask you for anything because I know many of you may have it worse than I do. But I'm saying it because of the question that's being asked on this video. If I needed you, would you come to me? If I needed you, would you come to me? And I think what Spirit is wanting us to ask ourselves is, out of all the people in our lives, if we needed them, would they show up? You know, because a lot of us may have trust issues, but for good reason. Because when we've needed people, they just weren't there. Okay, and that could have started in childhood when you were a child. You could have had parents who were emotionally unavailable to you. They may have physically been there, but not emotionally been there for you, which would have caused you to have developed certain, issues like trust issues, abandonment issues, things like that. And this song today is about trust issues. If I need you, would you be there? And now I'm going to read you the words to the song. Cosmo, stop chewing on my cards. Let me go put him up. I'll be right back. But the thing about me is when other people need somebody, I'm always there for them. I always show up for other people. And so you may also be one of those people that shows up when people need you, but then when you need somebody, they don't show up. And I'm the kind of person that I've gotten to the point in my life where I'm not even going to ask anymore because if I need you to show up. I don't need to beg you to be there to help me. And that in itself is a trauma response. That's a healing that I need in my life. But it's going to take me meeting somebody who will actually be there for me. And I haven't found that person yet. I have been alone. My husband and I were married for 21 years, and he died on our 22nd year of marriage. But I left him in 2020 because he was an alcoholic and had been sober for 10 years and picked back up again and started drinking. And when he was drinking, he became abusive. And he grabbed me by my neck one night and pinned me to the headboard of the bed for no reason. And I was like, why are you doing that to me? Let go of me. And the next morning when I woke up, I turned over and went to sleep because I knew if I started to argue with him, it would have ended up with us both in county jail. Because he was the kind of person that if I called the police on him, he would hit himself or scratch himself or do something to himself so that they would take us both. And so I couldn't call the law on him if he was abusive. I mean, he was a he could be a nasty person. And I was with him for almost 22 years. Well, I left him in 2020. We remained very good friends because we have three beautiful children together. Um, but I told him, I said, I want to come back home. I don't want our marriage to be over, but I'm not coming back home until you stop drinking. And he came to see me. I ended up, long story short, living with an elderly woman who was 100 years old. And I was only supposed to stay overnight with her. But she fell like on Friday the 13th of the month that I moved in. And that was like 3 weeks after I moved in with her, she fell. And her family came together and they asked me if I would be willing to move in with her 24/7 and be her caretaker, caregiver, whatever, for a salary. And at that time, I wasn't working because I was doing an employment service in mental health and they weren't hiring, so there was no need to have the service. So they shut the service down and they let us all go. So I wasn't working and I was drawing unemployment. And I told her family, I said, yeah, I'll be glad that he bit me and he made me bleed. I said, I'll be glad to take care of Miss Mary. So Miss Mary and I worked together 24/7 for the first 4 years until my husband's passing. And when my husband died, I had to go back to work because I have a mortgage on this house that I'm living in. And I still owe some money on it. Not a lot. There's 5 acres of land here that I've already paid for. It's bought and paid for. But the house is not paid for. So I had to go back to work, and I still stayed with her overnight until about 6 months ago. And then her family replaced me with somebody else because I wasn't able to get there early enough for the other shift to leave because I didn't get off work until sometimes 6:30 at night myself. And I would sometimes be in Roanoke Rapids, but I couldn't give up the job that I had because it was a good job. And then I ended up losing it anyway because I fell off that stupid ladder and got hurt. But nobody was there for me. My best friend, she tried her damnedest to be there. And she did give me a lot of money to help me pay bills when I lost my job. She gave me probably close to $1,000 over the course of 3 months, trying to help me keep my lights on and to do what needed to be done. But that's my best friend since seventh grade. And she has lived with me, I don't know how many times. I've helped her. I've done things, it's been a equal give and take relationship. When I needed her, she was there. And when she needed me, I was there. And we'll always be that way. The two of us will always be that way. We're like sisters. And that's just facts. But it's hard to find people like that in life. And I haven't found anybody since that's been able to be consistently there for me like that. Even my mom and we had a very strained relationship for the longest time until she thought I had cancer. And then she and I reconciled and we've been getting along great since. But it took my whole family had to adjust to that because everybody in my family, she kind of set the precedent for how everybody else treated me. And because of that, everybody else kind of shunned me and I was considered like the black sheep. You might be able to relate to what I'm saying. I'm not saying this. I'm not just babbling. Somebody's relating to everything I'm saying. But you're asking yourself, if I needed you, would you be there? And I'm getting hot for some reason. Excuse for the way I'm dressed, but it just is what it is. I'm going to read you the words to the song so you can see what this is going to be about, okay? It goes like this. If I needed you, would you come to me? Would you come to me for to ease my pain? If you needed me, I would come to you. I would swim the sea for to ease your pain. Well, the night's forlorn and the morning's born and the morning's born with the lights of love. And you'll miss sunrise if you close your eyes, and that would break my heart in two. If I needed you, would you come to me? Would you come to me for to ease my pain? If you needed me, I would come to you. I would swim the sea for to ease your pain. Baby's with me now, since I showed her how to lend her lily hand in mine. Who could, you'll agree, she's a sight to see, a treasure for the poor to find. If I needed you, would you come to me? Would you come to me for to ease my pain? If you needed me, I would come to you. I would swim the sea for to ease your pain. So this person would swim the ocean to get to you, to be there for you if you needed them. But they're asking, would you come to me? And I think for most of us, the answer to that question, if we were really honest with ourselves, is no. That most of the people that we would swim the ocean for would not step over a mud puddle for us. And that's just the way it is. Because people are so self-absorbed in life. They don't think about what other people might need. They think about what they need. And when they need something, they expect you to be there because you always have. And if you're not, they get pissed off. But when you need something, most of the time, they'll never even know you needed anything because they're not even going to call and check on you to see if you're okay. And that was the case with me. Most people don't know what I've been through because I don't broadcast it to people on my social media accounts. What the people on YouTube know more about me than my own friends and family. Because I'm just not going to put my shit out there for people to talk about me when they're not going to do a damn thing to help me. And that's just the way it is. All right, so I don't know why Spirit's bringing this up. Somebody must be going through a situation where you're asking yourself, if I needed you, would you come to me? Because I've always been there for you and always will. But you've never shown up. Like, where have you been? While I've been going through the hardest time of my life, and I actually started talking to people online when I started going through that because there was never anybody to talk to. I was here by myself. It was just me and the dog and the cat. I mean, the dog and the bird. And we did have a cat, but she died right after my neighbor died. And he died about 8-9 months ago. And my neighbor over here, his wife died about 4 or 5 months ago. We've had a lot of death around this neighborhood. Where was I going with that, Spirit? Where were we going with that? It's just to say that we're asking ourselves, if you needed me, would you come? If I needed you, would you come to me? And I'm going to find out every reading that I do now. I'm asking Spirit if there's a sign that's more significant than others. This is a reading. Don't misunderstand me. It's for everybody that's watching. This reading is for you, okay? But this sign is going to be more significant for some reason. I don't know why, okay? Spirit, what sign is the most significant in this reading? What sign needs to pay the closest attention? Aries. Aries, Spirit's talking to you, baby. All right, so if you're an Aries or you have it in your chart or you're dealing with an Aries on some level, or if it's just a transit, there's an Aries vibe to this reading is what I'm being told. Okay, so I want to start out, first of all, with rocks. I use all kinds of things to get messages from Spirit. And that's what the reading is about. Is if I needed you, would you be there? Because when you've needed me, I've always been there. But now I need somebody. Where are you? Why aren't you calling me? Why aren't you coming to see me? Spirit, can I have a message out of the rocks, please? These are just some rocks I picked up on Amazon. And this is an old antique lunchbox that Miss Mary gave me. There's no telling how old that lunchbox is. There's a rock trying to fall out of my hand, and it's faith. We have faith. We have commitment. We have wealth. You might need money. That might be why I was telling you about my clothes. Believe. And then you also have hope. So you have faith, hope, and your belief. And then you have a commitment and you have wealth. And a friend of mine was talking to me the other day because I was telling him about a lot of, stuff that's coming down on me right now financially. And I was like, I'm not asking you for money. I'm not asking you for anything. I don't want you to misunderstand. I just need somebody to talk to because I don't know what to do. And maybe there is nothing to do. Maybe the only thing I need is just for you to be there, just to have somebody to listen, to know what I am going through. Because it's hard sometimes. And he suggested that I do my taxes. And I said, I'm terrified to do my taxes because I owed money last year. And I made a lot more money last year than I did the year before. So when I did my taxes, it was showing up that I was owing like $9,000. And then I started putting in they started asking questions about the medical stuff that I've had to pay. And when I put my medical bills in, I ended up with a refund. And it was enough of a refund probably to cover those bills that I owe. So just talking to that friend gave me an idea of how I could help myself. It's not always about asking somebody to do something or give something. It's just having somebody to talk to listen to, maybe they, have an idea you haven't thought of, which was the case, that was the case with that. Um, we're going to keep going, but speaking of payments that have to be made. Okay. I want to find out from Spirit how are you working in the collective spirit overall? Gentleness and stewardship. So this is about money and our possessions and the things. You remember wealth? This is the wealth part. The stewardship is the wealth. And then being gentle. Just being gentle. Treating everyone with a tender heart. So this is about somebody that has money and being gentle with them. And it's also about somebody having integrity. That's beautiful when you have integrity with your wealth. And also there's your faith. There's your faith. So we have two of the rocks showing up already. Your commitment could be where the integrity comes in. And the gentleness could be you having hope and believing that Spirit will take care of you. There's a lack of compassion somewhere, though. There's a lack of passion. These cards don't have passion. I don't know what that means quite yet. Angels, how are you working in this collective when it comes to our home lives? How are you working? Comforting us. We need comfort at home. Thank you so much. That was so sweet of you. Thank you for the gift, Oathkeeper. You're so kind. Thank you. So right now, we're needing to be comforted. And it sounded in that song almost like somebody could have been on their deathbed or been sick. And that could be the case for some of you. And that might be why I told you the story about my, health being a problem. All right, talk to me now, Spirit. I'm still not 100% well. I have a moderator. His name is Kailash, and he's supposed to be on here. He sent me a message. Let me see what he said. Because he has to, he's in India. For those of you who are new here, Kailash is the moderator, and he's from India, so it's quite early in the morning there. Okay, he says yes, that he's ready to go. So he should be on here. If he's not, he'll pop up there. Hey, Tina, what's up, baby? Thank you guys for returning. Thank you for the likes. Also, if you're new, please subscribe if you enjoy my style of reading. All right, work life spirit. How are the angels working in our work lives? May I see, please? I see that our stewardship is a. We're working through some past issues. We're working through issues of the past. Somehow going through pictures is significant. You might be going through some old photos in your phone and deleting some photos. It's almost like getting rid of these pictures is freeing you. It's making you feel a sense of freedom to get rid of these pictures. Or maybe for some of you, you have found pictures that you didn't know you had, and these pictures are bringing you a lot of comfort at home because there's an angel comforting you at home. And at work, you're dealing with issues from the past. Now, if it's a public job, you might be dealing with issues that happened like last month and you're trying to correct some mistakes that were made that have to be fixed or something like that. But if you don't, this only you know what Spirit's saying to you. But you're dealing with issues from the past. That's how Spirit's working on your past issues. We're going to find out more as we go deeper. Surprise, Spirit. What surprise are we getting from the angels today? The angels are going to surprise you with an inspiration. See that angel smiling and see how you're looking so serious? And the angel is thinking, I have the solution. Listen, just listen. Just keep listening. And it's going to come into your head like an idea that just is the answer. I see number 18. I see a bee. I see a hot air balloon. I see like a test tube. This there's some kind of maybe medicine, architecture, plants. There's a lot of green. This is the heart chakra. This is going to be an inspiring. You're going to be inspired somehow, surprisingly inspired. All right, and love life. How are the angels working in our love life? Giving us unity. So you're going to have unity in your love life. Maybe you're going to unite with people from your love life that you see how there's a lot of people uniting. This could be you and your family coming together. If I needed you, would you come to me? This family might be coming together because there's a loved one who's passed or someone is sick. I don't know. I just don't know. It could be different for all of you. But this angel is really insisting that you all come together. I see a woman that has on a tank top and she has on jeans with holes in them. I see another man who has on jeans and he has on a leather belt and a t-shirt. This is family or friends or some group of people. I see orange flowers like what are they called? Marigolds? Marigolds? Oh wait, there's a lot more here. This is a big inspiration that you're getting. All right, what is our role today? Okay. Grounding. The angels want you to get grounded. And it has to do with someone's health. There's an angel helping you with your health, okay? Or it could be a grandparent or a parent who's not well. I feel that for some of you, there could be hospice involvement at this point, or you're almost to the point of making that decision of hospice. This person could also be struggling with something like Alzheimer's, and you're trying to decide, do we need to put them in an institution for their own safety because their spouse is not able to keep up with them anymore. For some of you, okay? All right, and what's going to be the outcome? This is a very specific message for somebody. Outcome. It doesn't have to be a parent. It could be your health. There's going to be a decision made. Your family or you or someone in your life. This is a big decision. There's a lot of complications. Do you see all the complications to the decisions that she's having to make more than one decision? And this is why you're needing inspiration, because I see the idea showing up over here. You're having to make decisions about getting information. For some of you, you could be making money decisions. You could be deciding your sexuality. You could be getting information. Some of you could be reading a book, some specifically a Bible. Some of you might be deciding that because of your health, you're going to stop smoking. You're having to decide about the weather, how you eat, how much sunshine you get, where you're going to live. There's big decisions here around money, though. And I feel for some of you, you might be in school. You might be trying to decide if you want to go to school. You're deciding stuff about your phone for some reason. You got a lot of decisions to make. I know that. There's a lot of blue there, which is the throat chakra. And also, what you don't see coming is there's an angel that's helping you with challenges in your life to overcome these challenges that you're going to face. Okay? All right, now, what spiritual gifts are operating in this collective spirit, helping us with all the things that we're having to get over? May I see, please? At home, what spiritual gifts? At home, we have this sense of feeling like we've gone crazy. This could be just dementia. Your illness could be mental illness, depression, bipolar, it could be anxiety. Remember, we're dealing with ARIES now, okay? But for some reason and for someone, and I'm going to give you some numbers here too. 4, 6 could be significant. April 6th. Or we have a 23, an 18, a 34, a 16, a 14, and an 8. So that's a 5, 9, 7, 7, 5, and 8. And then, where was I? All right, work life. At work, you're going to have to see the big picture, the bird's eye view, the eagle's perspective. You remember you were dealing with issues from the past? You're going to have to get outside of yourself and get above the issue that you're dealing with and see this from a bigger perspective. Because right now, you're too close to it. But you are somehow getting comfort or getting freedom with it when it comes to pictures. Somehow pictures, okay? You might be getting pictures together for a memorial service for somebody. All right, that could just be for a few of you. All right, and surprises. Surprisingly, you're going to get some communication from somewhere. If I needed you, would you come to me? I think you're going to be surprised. And this communication is going to bring you an inspiration, an idea. Okay, all right, your love life. In your love life, we keep getting the clouds. Somehow, clouds are significant to your love life. I don't know what that means, but somehow it is significant with the clouds. That's number 10 or number 1. Number 12, which is a 3. So we have 3, 1, 8, or 3, 10, 8. We have 10, 8, 16. We have 12, 10, 8. We have 4, 12, 10. All right. And how about our role? Spiritually gifted. There's a tower. You're going to have, that's why you need to be grounded, because of your health and having a epiphany. You're going to have an epiphany. Remember that inspiration, surprising inspiration? There's going to be an epiphany when it comes to someone's health and being grounded. And what will be your outcome? Whoa, that's a lot. For one thing, you're going to have abundance. I don't know about you, but for me, abundance would be a great outcome. Oh my God. And it's coming from loved ones in spirit. And I don't know about you, but lately I have very much sensed my loved ones around me. And also my guides have been around me. They've been also numbers. You're gifted with numbers. That's why I've been giving you all this. I don't do numerology, but you have number 13, number 8, number 20. So 8, 13, 20 could be significant, or 8, 4, 20 could be significant, or 8, 13, 02 could be significant. And then we have number 26. So 2026 could be significant because we have 20 and 26. But numbers, you're gifted with numbers. Okay. What do we want to do next, Spirit? I'm going to find out how things are going with you at home, because that'll help us to kind of shape the reading a little bit. Okay. Show me how you're working in this person's home life. May I see, please? Or these people's home life. Remember now, Aries is a very significant part of the reading. At home, how are you working? Money came out, talking about money, and you can't say thank you enough. So right now at home, you don't want to discuss money, but you can't say thank you enough. That might be why. Because, you know, sometimes when people do stuff for you, you can't be thankful enough. Like, no matter how grateful you are, you're never going to be grateful enough. That person that will constantly remind you, I gave you, da, 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 da. Like, to the diapers they put on your ass when you were a baby for some people. I mean, it's that bad. Like, they'll keep a notebook and write down every penny they've ever spent on you. So you don't want to talk about money, because you can't say thank you enough. Somebody deserves a medal for putting up with somebody's ass. That's what it says on the back of the card. All right, what about at work? So at home, you can't talk about money for some reason. At work, you're not working out, so you're not doing something for workout. You're not letting it all hang out, and you're not listening. This could be you, or it could be the people you work with. Like, the people you work with, they don't listen. They don't even try to hide shit. They just let it all hang out. And they're not working. It's like, I almost get the sense that whoever you're working with are lazy and they don't do their part. And this could be the past issues that you're dealing with. All right, and what are your surprises? That you have to watch what you say when you have this communication. So when you talk to whoever you're going to talk to, surprisingly, you're going to be careful what you say, because that mouth of yours could start some shit. This mouth of mine starts a lot of shit. All right, love life. You have to deal with your drama, but you're not going to. You're going to have unity. But you having unity by not dealing with drama is only putting it off for another day. Like, you might have unity today, but that shit is going to explode one day if you don't deal with your drama. And you're not dealing with your drama, surprisingly. Okay? This is your love life, rather. In your love life, for some reason, you're not dealing with drama. All right, and what about your role? You want shit to be different, and you're not gonna do the damn dishes. Soaking is not fucking washing, but you're gonna just let them soak in the sink. You're not gonna do the dishes. I don't know why Spirit's even talking about that, except maybe you just have some in the sink and that's a way of saying, hey, I'm talking to you. You know, you're the one who doesn't do dishes. You just let them sit in the sink. And you want things to be different. All right. And so what's going to be the outcome? Because you're going to have an epiphany and somebody's health is a factor. The outcome is going to be that you're going to be hot, smart, and have a great ass, and tantrums are for babies. But I feel like I need to go again. There we go. You're going to control things and unplug. It says stop trying to control every damn thing. Let shit go and don't be so extra, but you're not going to do that. You're going to try to control the situation. And it says unplug by like disconnecting. You're not going to disconnect. For some of you, if this is about somebody's health and they're in the hospital, they might be on life support. And you might be having to make a decision to disconnect them from life support. That's not going to be for everybody. But somebody watching, that's what's going on here. Because I feel there's a situation where somebody is sick. And I think the reason why you're not talking about money is because there's an inheritance at stake here for somebody. That's not going to be for everybody. You know who you are, okay? All right, and then on the bottom of the deck, we have keep that shit to yourself. It came out in reverse. And bare your fucking soul came out in reverse. So it's like, don't bare your soul and don't keep shit to yourself. You need to talk to somebody, but you feel like it's not that serious. It is that serious. It is that serious, okay? All right, Spirit. How do we find out a little bit more about what's going on here? Let's find out how Spirit's working overall. How are you working overall in this collective? May I see, please? This collective is having a tower moment. There's my Aries energy. We also have Leo and Sagittarius. So the collective is having a tower moment. What's the energy to overcome? Whew. Holy shit. There's Aries right there. Aries. You're showing up as somebody that's got to make a decision. The boss. You're the one who has to be the boss. And you're going through a transformative energy. This could be a father who's dying or a grandfather. Or a husband. Or just a man. It's somebody who has to overcome a transformation. There's a time of very big change in your life. Whoever this is an energy. I have an Aries moon. So this is the emotional side of me. My emotional side is this way. Like, I'm in charge. I make decisions. I have to make my own decisions. I don't let other people make decisions for me. I try not to be controlling, but this person can be very controlling if they're not careful. But they're going through some kind of major change in their life, and it looks like it's happening very suddenly. So they're not getting much warning about it either, okay? And what's going to pull it together? There's a masculine energy, and very powerful one at that, in or around your life. It could be your boss. They're going through a major change. The Hanged Man came out with Judgment. So this is very much about seeing something, the truth about something. Judgment is when we judge something. When we see something and we say, this is such and so in there, and this, that, and the third. All those decisions you had to make, this is the decisions. You deciding, this is what I need to do. I don't need to do that. We got to do this. We got to do that. You know, we got to have a coffin. We got to have flowers. We got to have music. We got to have photographs. If you're planning a funeral, that's not going to be for everybody. This could be you deciding, I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to do this, I have to do that. And at the same time, you're going through huge changes in your life. Making decisions when you're going through changes, the decision could be to change, to stand up and to be a man, to stand up and to be in your masculine energy. Some of us may be feminines who need to stand up and get in our masculine energy and stop letting other people make all of our decisions. Stop letting other people control us. Take care of ourselves. Okay? So you're going to, and Aries, there you are again. You're going to, this is going to end in somebody. This card represents death a lot because it's the beginning. It's starting over. It's leaping into the unknown. And is there anything any more unknown than death? I have seen this card in readings when I was doing readings for the police represent someone who jumped off of a bridge. That's not the feel I'm getting. But whoever you are, you're in the public eye. You have a lot of people watching you. You see all them eyes on you? All eyes are on you right now. There's a lot of people watching you to see what you're going to do. The devil is under that, and then the magician. So you are determined, and then you're going to have a wheel. Ooh, 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 ooh. All right. I just want to get a little bit more clarity before we move on. How are you working in our home life, Spirit? Boundaries and justice. Somebody could have tried to break in, or something could have happened where somebody tried to cross a boundary and it was illegal what they were doing. No boundaries. You're realizing the truth that your boundaries are trash. Block those bad vibes. You're strong and you don't have any truth. You're being strong when somebody's being unfair and untruthful. All right, home life for the collective. May I see, please? Home life. Home life, Spirit. You think as long as 20-some years, 30 years of shuffling, I'd be better at it. What's coming out in your home life is strength and friendship in reverse. So there's a very, very strong friendship that's, you're in the outs with this person. And it might be because of the way they're acting. You're tired of them acting like they're out of their damn mind. And you don't want to talk about money because this person is never grateful or something to that nature. All right, work life. My hands are too small to shuffle. I love how some people shuffle. I'm not a good shuffler. For reader. Okay, in your work life, there's the compassion. Remember I said there was no compassion? There's compassion showing up at work. So someone's showing you compassion. And there's something here about your career and beauty coming out in reverse. I don't know what that means, but somebody will understand. Like for me, if it was me and this was my reading, I feel like I'm in the wrong career and that I'm getting older. You know, I fall into that ageism category where it's harder for me to find a job because I'm older. And they know when you get older, you're going to be more apt to get sick and have to take time off or something. It's ageism. It's bullshit. But someone's showing you compassion. For some of you, you could be considering a career in beauty, like doing hair, makeup, nails, something like that. But it's in reverse. For some of you, you might do like stuff like you might be a mortician and you might do hair and makeup for people who have died. And you're very compassionate when you do this. That's not going to be for everybody. All right, surprises. That might just be for one or two of you. You don't have the clarity and you have a lot of passion. So there's a lack of clarity when it comes to passion. That's your surprise. All right, love life. In your love life, you're going to get closure when it comes to your dreams. So you've been dreaming about someone in your love life, and I feel like you're going to finally get closure. You're going to finally realize that it's time to stop dreaming, or maybe you're going to realize what that dream meant. Somehow your dream is important and you're getting closure. You're realizing you're not in your life purpose. You're going through a huge freaking change. Oh, your role is okay. Finding in reverse, forgiveness in reverse, and inspiration in reverse. So your role is you're not inspired, you're not going to forgive, and maybe you're not going to find forgiveness from somebody else. Remember, you're going to have inspiration, help from the angels when it comes to surprisingly, the angels are going to help you with inspiration. This passion could be anger and getting clarity. It's like you don't understand why this person hates you so much, why they're so angry with you all the time. All right, and what's the outcome here? You're going to have talent. Your talent is going to be the outcome. And on the bottom of the deck is you're going to have confidence also in your talent. Ooh, there's a lot going on here. A lot going on here, collective. But what it really comes down to is an emperor, a masculine energy that's in your sphere, that's having a moment of clarity about a change, a huge change. It's time for this person to make this change. And that's why it's the energy to overcome. I see this person thinks about sex a lot. They could be very two-faced. They could be one way around some people and one way around others. They even look different. For some reason, this Emperor energy, they have a look that's different. Certain times they look one way and certain times they look another. Like they might wear a mask that makes them look like they have a beak, like a bird. That's weird, but that's what I'm seeing. And then here is I'm seeing someone who is really handling someone roughly, like domestic violence type feel. Don't let anyone abuse you. There's snakes. There's a snake involved in this transformation. Black and white snakes. And one person, it's like this person is fighting themselves and having this change, and it's causing them to cry, to be sad. And it's almost like they're comforting themselves and controlling themselves while they're going through this change. They're very talented in some way, though. I don't know how they're talented, but they're very talented. Now, let's look at your love life a little bit closer. Because we see you need to get grounded. There's something going on with your health. No, wait. Your love life is here. Your love life is about you not dealing with your drama. How are you not dealing with drama? Talk to me, Spirit. How are you not dealing with drama? The same cards came out, I think. Okay, there we go. Right there. All right, there we go. Okay. The drama you're not dealing with is a third party. You're going to have unity, but you're not dealing with the drama of a third party. And you need to have shared healing. Together, you're breaking generational patterns and becoming the example you never had growing up. And you are connected by your mind. You could talk for hours and hours and still not run out of things to explore. This connection keeps you intellectually stimulated and mentally nourished. So you're going through shared healing and a mind. It's like there's somebody in your life that you talk to all the time, and this person is helping you to heal, but you're not dealing with the third party. Look, there's a lot of communication. We saw all this yesterday. What do they need to do with the third party? They're afraid to leave. They have a big ego and a painful past. Remember the past issues? So what the dealing with the third party is, I don't know that the third party is even still involved. It's you allowing yourself to let go of this person emotionally. Like, you may have stopped talking to them and seeing them. Oh, somebody's been giving somebody the silent treatment. Withholding communication doesn't create peace, it creates pressure, confusion, and emotional isolation. So you're giving somebody the silent treatment because of being afraid to leave. You're staying because the unknown feels scarier than the unhappiness you've normalized. And you have a battle of egos. You're not building a relationship when you're fighting to be right. Love can't grow where egos refuse to let go. And the history between you is heavy, and neither of you know how to put it down. You're trying to build a future while still bleeding from the past. So you have someone new that you share a lot with, but the third party is standing in the way. One of you has a third party. The silent treatment is here with conflict resolution in reverse, and there's a card turned over. Bickering. The two of you still bicker. You have nothing in common. You've been faking it even. And you have a future spouse and a trauma bond. So, oh my God, you are such a fucking mess. That's the transformation that's happening right there. We just pinpointed the transformation for this masculine energy. This masculine energy is having to let go of someone from their past that they've had in their life for maybe, I'm feeling like 19 to 20 to 21 to 22 years. It could have been 9 years or even less. But you were with this person long enough that you have a lot of past issues with this person. If it's not a lover, it's a friend. There's a lot of issues here that need to be dealt with. And I think we've seen most of them, but we're going to look at it a little bit closer. And then we're going to get some guidance on how to move forward because you're stuck. You have someone else I think that's crazy about you. They're not even showing up anymore. They have completely pull themselves back from you because of what's going on here. Someone's having an epiphany about someone's health. You need to get grounded. You have this gift with numbers. Okay. I'm going to see if I can help you to get through this. But you are in a mess, partner. You are in a mess. What you have to do, I feel that you have normalized, like it said, misery. Like you have caused yourself to be comfortable in a place that you're miserable because it's more frightening to you to step out of that comfort zone. So you're staying in a place where you're just not happy. Okay? All right. I want to know what you would say to this third party. What would whoever we're dealing with here say to the third party? What would they say to that person? I'm not going to read the pre-shuffles. What would you say to this third party? What would you say to the third party? You would say, what is the truth and sexual desire? Okay. There's two ways I can take this. Either this person has a lot of sexual desire and they're constantly wanting to have sex with you, or they're not having sex with you at all and you don't know why. Like you want to know why they won't have sex with you. All right, let's see what their answer to that would be. What would their answer be? Don't treat me the way you do. I don't deserve it. I don't know who I am anymore. And you are so different from everyone around me. So, I think I was right when I said they don't have sex with you. I think that this person withholds sex from you. And you want to know why. And the reason is because the way you treat this person, they've completely gotten lost in this connection. So they don't even know who they are anymore. And you, they feel like, are just so different from anybody around them, the way you act. And I wish I could be like you. I think that this person treats you well. And they don't know who they are anymore because would you come to me? Like, I've been there for you, but would you be there for me? And they're saying, you're so different than anybody around me. Why don't you have sexual desire for me? You're the only person that doesn't express sexual desire for me. That's the feel that it has. Take it however it comes to your intuition to take it, though. What happened here? What would this person say happened here? You can't come with me. All right. What would the other person say? I pretend you don't mean that much, and you are not part of my plan. So one of you is saying you can't come with me, and the other one is saying, I pretend like I don't care about you because you're not part of my plan. So neither one of you really want to be together. I was careless with you. Somebody's about to have a big, big power. And I don't think you see it coming at all. At all. I want to look at this a couple different ways. I first want to look at it. I want to look at it so many different ways. I'm sorry, y'all. What happened here? Why is the Tower showing up for the collective? Because of jealousy and stalking. So somebody's been watching you, stalking you, and they're just so jealous. Because of how you've been taking it slow and stalking. Maybe from fake accounts even. And that might be why you're giving this person the silent treatment, because you see what's going on with them. You don't need to ask or talk to them, but they don't know what's going on with you. All right, why is the Tower here? Because what you're going to realize is that someone is worth waiting for, but there's a need to practice forgiveness. Why do you need to practice forgiveness? Focus on yourself and move on. So you felt like this person was worth waiting for, and now you like they turned out not to be worth the wait. So you're like, I'm just going to focus on myself and move on. That's the Tower moment. Is you focusing on yourself and moving on because you thought this person was worth waiting for. And maybe they are. Why are they not forgiving? I don't understand. Because you can't be trusted. This is true love. And somebody won't eliminate somebody. They won't self-please. And there's telepathy showing up. So they can't be trusted when it comes to true love because of needing to eliminate somebody. Self-pleasing, which can mean self-centeredness or masturbation, whatever that means to you, and being telepathic, being able to read each other's minds. And that can even be like you think alike, like you just really think alike. If you see something, and look, see how he's tearing that picture up? Remember I said they were getting rid of pictures and it was freeing them? This person smokes too. So you can't trust this as being true love because of them not eliminating somebody, not self-pleasing, and not using this telepathy. What are they doing instead of what they're not doing? They think the grass is greener on the other side. Is it? There's needing to be an apology because enough was enough. I had had enough and they got away. So somebody needs to apologize because maybe they felt like enough wasn't enough. It was never enough. You could not say thank you enough. And so this person got away. All right, why is the Emperor here? Oh, God. Because of gossip, unsent messages, online dating, and competition. And why is death here? This is the transformation that's happening. Why is death here? Because this person's been in denial. They're going to be in denial. What's the denial? What are they in denial about? Arrogance. They have a lot of ego. They're clueless, but they're not clueless. I choose you. It's not your choice. This was a lot of burdens. You're trying to force, and this person you feel like is not helpless. They're not helpless, And you're forcing them to have burdens because you don't believe they're helpless. They may be helpless. And you're not their choice, but I choose you. So it's like one of you chooses the other, but the other doesn't choose the other. Somebody has like a tribal tattoo. They might like to give you roses. They might drink wine. This person is not clueless. They're arrogant and they're in denial about how arrogant they are. And it has to do with their online dating, unsent messages about competition, and gossip. And somebody's pissed off. Pissed off. All right, what is the gossip? May I see the gossip, please? That somebody's an obsessive lover and they can't dig any dirt on them. What's the gossip? That you're moving on. You're moving on. That's what people are saying. You're moving on and you're not kissing anybody's ass. I'm moving on because I'm not kissing your ass. All right, and what's going on with this transformation? Somebody's wasting time because they're always partying and they can't be too busy winning if they're always partying, and they think they are, or they might actually be, because they're an emperor, a boss daddy, big dick energy, CEO, stable and rich. This is a rich, stable business owner, and that's what the emperor is. But he wastes time partying, and he can't win that way. And somebody's saying, I'm moving on because I'm not kissing your ass. I don't give a fuck how much money you have or how big your dick is. I'm not kissing either one. That's what's being said. And I think that might be true. I think this person's fed up with you. I think they're moving on because they know you have somebody else, and they thought were really worth waiting for. And they maybe thought you had told them that you were going to be the one they were going to come to. Would you come to me? I think you told them you were going to come to them, but they're finding out that you're with somebody else. And that you're lying to them. Why is judgment here? This is the truth that they're finding out. That this person is always partying. They can't move on. Their family is involved and somebody is incomparable. All right, and why is the hangman here? Because it's not the right time and you need to stop escaping. Or it is the right time to stop using the partying. You need to stop partying. It's time for you to stop partying. And why is the Fool here? Because it's divine time for you to stop supporting your friend and be divinely guided to do it. So there's a friend that you support or that supports you. And I think this friend is telling you to not be with this other person because you're still stuck on your ex. And you and your ex don't have a good relationship. I'm going to ask straight out, how does this person's ex feel about them? They have no peace with you whatsoever. How do you feel about them? How do you feel about your ex? Like you have a lot of chemistry with them. Alright. What's going to be the outcome of the relationship between you and the ex? A lack of loyalty. So that's not going to work out. And there's also a lot of lust. This chemistry you're feeling was lust. You were mistaking chemistry for lust. Alright. There's somebody else here. Chemistry and karma. How does the person that's extra, that extra person I'm feeling here, there's a third person here. How do they feel about you? They want to give you a second chance and they feel chemistry also. I think this is the one asking, would you come to me? They feel like you're being tricky and there's no chemistry. How does this extra person feel about you? They want to have a foundation with you, but boundaries. They want a foundation, but boundaries. And they're not obsessed with you. How do you feel about them? Like they're in pain, but that they're not hopeless. And what's going to be the outcome here? Intimacy. The two of you talk a lot. You have a lot to talk about. But one might be giving the other the silent treatment. Show me what else is going to be the outcome. Twin flame came out in reverse. Why is it in reverse? I don't think they're your twin flame. Because the twin flame's heart is not open. And they are very bitter. And I think that is the person that you are separating from. But you can reverse any roles you need to. So you're going to finally give up this twin flame because you may have thought this was your twin flame, and it's not. They're not your twin flame. Alright, show me why the tower's here. Because somebody's addiction. The tower is about the addiction. Why is the emperor here? Because the emperor is stable. He's bringing stability to the situation. And why is death here? Because somebody is very vulnerable. They're going to finally learn how to open up and be open. Show me what that's going to look like. Balance. It came out in reverse. But there's going to be children longing and being protected. There's a card turned over. You're going slow when it comes to children longing and being protected. Alright, and why is judgment here? Because you're realizing that you need to take a leap of faith because this is true love and you've learned a spiritual lesson. And why is the hanged man here? Because of being unavailable when it comes to a friendship. And why is the Fool here? Because you've mastered a spiritual lesson when it comes to marriage. So outcome of that marriage. You're going to have integrity. And what does that mean? Who are you going to end up with? You're going to make an apology to the soulmate. That's what I'm explaining to you. You're not going to end up with the twin flame. You're going to end up with the soulmate. Reverse any roles you need to. But in this reading, I'm seeing that you're going to end up with the soulmate because you've mastered a spiritual lesson. I think being married to the twin flame. Alright, now, what's going to happen to the twin flame? They're going to regret. What are they going to regret? No children and not longing. Outcome for the twin flame. You're going to release them. They're a past life love. There's chemistry, trust, and time apart. And so they don't know how to take care of themselves. Why are you trusting them? Because you're not using your intuition about leaving them alone. You've got to leave them alone. If they're draining your money, you just cannot get your hands off of this twin flame. You have made up your mind that this is the only way that you're going to be happy is to be with this damn twin flame. And that's not always true. Wake up. Why is the Tower here? Because of you having chemistry. Why is the Emperor here? Because he's in denial. He's at a stalemate. He's avoiding something. What is the Death card here? In the summer, he's not going to have a contract, career, or commitment. And why is he not going to have that? Because he's weak. He's not standing in his power. He's avoiding. What is he avoiding? Making a decision because of his ego, and that he doesn't want to change. He's resisting change, and that's why the energy to overcome is change. And what he needs to change is his fucking ego. He's going to end up not having, Saturn's going to get involved, and it's going to tear up his contract, his career or commitment, outcome of his career or commitment. He's not going to have any stability, harmony, and flow. If he will change, what will happen? He'd have to do inner child work, and if he did, he would get over his past lack and suffering. And then what might be his outcome? He would have a new love. Maybe even a baby, a new love. What is judgment? Judgment is that there's distance here since last spring. So you could have been at a distance or they've been acting distant. And why is the Hanged Man here? See, you're looking at this because you're realizing you're not in your life purpose. And what are you going to do about that? Feel rejected, lost, and fragmented. And what's the Fool? The Fool is justice. What is justice going to look like? The truth coming out about somebody not having any self-worth. And what are they going to do about that? You're going to use your intuition when it comes to winter. Outcome of using your intuition when it comes to winter is being toxic and wearing a facade. This person is not healthy at all. But they are going to take a leap of faith. That's the end of the reading right there. What happens when they take that leap of faith? Their higher self is going to kick in. And then what will this look like? Jupiter is here. They're not going to have the courage to take action. Why not? Because the twin flame is going to be present and have abundance and gratitude, but not be speaking to them. And there's going to be a Venus offer. What's going to be the outcome of the twin flame? Separation and no more messages in your dreams about this person. But you're going to celebrate gifts and abundance. Why? Because of something that happens in the fall. All these, and somebody's going to be closed off. Anything good going to come of this? You're going to have union. Union. I'm going to put twin flame back in, but I think you're going to have union with the soulmate. Clarify the union. You're going to feel guilty like you sabotaged your wish fulfillment. You're making an offer, an Ace of Pentacles, or somebody's going to make you one to have wish fulfillment. And you feel guilty for doing it. Why do you feel guilty? Because you feel like you were trying to control somebody. Were you? You caused confusion. And how did you do that? You asked somebody to forgive you for making an offer, a Venus offer. And that's the epiphany that you're having over here. You have chemistry with somebody else. And you're stuck on a twin flame that doesn't give a damn about you. They have no plans on moving towards you. They don't even want to talk to you. And you are so convinced that this is who you're going to be with, and so much in denial that this person is going to actually do something and move in your direction. And I don't see them doing that at all. At all. Alright, so we're going to pull some tarot on this, some regular old-fashioned tarot. Why is the Tower here? A lot of cards. Why is the Tower here? Because of the Lovers, the Nine of Cups in reverse, the Emperor upright, and the Page of Wands. So there we have this is who's having the Tower, the Emperor. He has to make a decision about what would make him happy, what would give him excitement and wish fulfillment. And what would that be? He didn't get his wish fulfillment. Why didn't he get his wish fulfillment? It looks like he got something like a child got involved. Why didn't he get wish fulfillment? Because he kept looking back at the past and how much he had lost. Alright. What is the Emperor here for? Why is this Emperor here? That's way too many cards. Why is the Emperor here? Because of the Nine of Swords and the Knight of Swords. So this person has been in a very stressed out energy because of a truth that they learned. What was the truth? That they have somebody coming towards them with love. Coming towards who with love? Somebody wanted a relationship, but there was a codependent vibe to it. Clarify the Six of Pentacles in reverse. It's like, I'm not helping you with money. I'll show you love, but I'm not helping you out financially. Temperance is here. Somebody was very patient. There's a Sagittarius vibe to this. There's a Scorpio. There's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Libra, Pisces, and Aries again. So they were stressed out because they wanted to make an offer of love to somebody, but they felt like they were going to have to do too much to help this person. That was the truth that came in. Somebody said, if you go be with that person, you end up pouring money into them. What was the truth? That this was a Queen of Wands with her strength in reverse. So it's like there's a Leo here who doesn't know how to take care of herself. Why is she in that shape? Because she doesn't want anything to do with this man. She doesn't want his love at all. So he was wanting to be in a relationship with a woman. It could have been a Sagittarius who didn't want anything to do with him. And that was stressing him out. So what's going to transform here? Can we see what the transformation is going to look like? Where this Judgment card, where he has not been seeing his fear and how he's imprisoned himself. This situation that he's been stuck in with this, I don't know if it's a Leo or a Sagittarius or both. It could have been two women. And the Leo wasn't wanting to show him any affection or love whatsoever. And it's like the Sagittarius was being very patient with money problems. And that was stressing him out. And he's going to realize that his judgment was off when it came to his fear. What was he seeing differently? Because he's going to see this differently with that Hanged Man vibe. That there's a Hierophant. The World is here. The Three of Wands is here. The Queen of Pentacles is here. The Magician is here. And the Five of Pentacles is here. So what he's seeing differently is that this marriage or this higher level commitment is over. And he should be looking for this woman. I think it's the Sagittarius, but it could be an earth sign who is manifesting not being or being left out in the cold. Why are they manifesting the Five of Pentacles? Because they're tired of you not showing them any desire whatsoever. And they are showing up as a Queen of Swords who's done with you. They're pissed off and you're spying on them. What's the Ace of Wands in reverse? That's an argument. You're going to argue if you haven't already. You and this person, that's why they took this risk. They decided, I'm just moving on. And what is that risk? What is the risk going to look like? The risk is going to look like the Hermit in reverse and the Seven of Swords. So somebody is going to go into hermit mode and realize, they don't even have to go very deep to realize that they were deceived. How were they deceived? Because somebody could have lightened their load and they didn't. And that's what you're seeing differently. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it, asshole? Would you come to me? You're going to communicate. That's where the communication's going to come from. And there's going to be, you're moving on from something. I want to know what you want to say to this person. You're going to have a communication with somebody. And it's going to come out of left field. Because I think they've been giving you the silent treatment. What's the communication? What are they going to say to you? They're going to say, I have trouble with intimacy. What else are they going to say? They're going to say, I compare others to you. And what else are they going to say? They're going to say, I have too much to lose. I want you back. I admire you. And you did not let me down. All right, and what are you going to say to them? I can be myself with you. What else? I watch your social media and I miss seeing you and I want to start over. But I'm not financially stable. And what would you say to her or him? Do I still have a chance? I don't know why this happened. I don't want to know why it happened. And you don't have to make things right. I want you so badly. I think we finally just got to the end of the reading. All right, now I want to find out what is going on. What is going on with the money? This woman is really struggling with money. Beauty came out again. There's something about her looks that she wants to improve and maybe can't afford it. Why is Beauty in reverse? Because somebody is going to help her when it comes to managing her money. They're going to come to her rescue. And people are gossiping about this. The fuck are they saying? Motherfuckers. What are they saying? That this is game over. There's a movie date and somebody's jealous. Why are they saying that? Because they're brainstorming and figuring this out and they don't have any way of defending themselves and they're about to get kicked to the curb. So this person is just jealous because somebody's going to help you to get something done that you need done, and the person is just jealous. All right, why else is she struggling with her money? Because her home is in reverse. Somebody is a rebel. There's no options because she's all alone. What's going to happen to change this? Something's going to be unlocked when it comes to charity. Not being a perfectionist and there's not having a shift. Outcome of all of that. No gift, no stability, no helper, and no student. And no writer. Is anything good going to happen for this woman and her money? She's going to be unhappy and at a crossroads and growing up. But there will be a surprise. And what will that surprise be? That she's going to be self-made and a workaholic. And that she's not going to be a workaholic or a mechanic. What is she going to be? She's not going to be in business. What is she going to be? She doesn't know yet, but it's not going to be odd jobs. Can you tell us what the universe sees her doing? Setbacks when it comes to sports. Anything else? No animals and life purpose. And something illegal. Oh my God. One more time. I don't see anything. Oh my goodness. You're an artist. You're going to have a legacy. You are going to be a writer. And you're going to have growth. And you're not going to share. I don't know what that means. Somebody gets it. I don't know. This woman has serious money problems, though. And I don't see them getting any better anytime soon. But it does look like somebody keeps giving her money because of beauty. Beauty. Something about her beauty in reverse. I'm not sure what that means either. I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't know. I'm a little bit lost with this one. What would your best friend say? I see what's going on here, but this one's way out of my league. Make time to create and trust your gut. So there's a reason for you to trust your gut right now. And I'm being told to give you guidance from here. What is the guidance you would give to this individual or whoever these people are that you're... Thank you so much. Wow, we get these a lot. Finch Spirit Guide number 11 and number 27. It's a good time to experiment with how to best care for your mind, body, and soul. It's not about being perfect. It's about finding what works best for you. You are in a phase of your life where giving back to yourself is important. Perhaps you've been sharing a lot of yourself with others, have come through a challenging time, or in the near future will be stepping up in a new way to share more creative energy and soul fire than ever before. All that you need to know now is that it is the right time to take extra special care of you. In a particular way, finches can become beautifully colored, but only when they eat foods that nourish them. They have to have the power, They have the power of beauty within, but they need the correct nourishment to be able to transform that potential into expression. You also have beauty, divine potential to shine your light and beauty in the world, but you must feed your soul what it needs to do this. Be respectful and loving to yourself as you choose what to take into your being. Be it physical nourishment or emotional energy, or even the kind of books you read and the entertainment you watch, for all has an impact on you. Do you feel better for the experience? Does it nourish your soul? The best growth enhancing food for your soul is that which increases love. Finch Spirit Guide also brings a prediction of a celebration of happiness ahead of you and wants you to know that your connection to the spirit world is real, and trust in the messages you feel from the universe as they make themselves known in your heart. Sacred ritual. Here is the opportunity to express the truths of your heart. Write a love letter. Here's what you need to write, okay? Write a love letter to yourself or to another or to the universe. You can express your gratitude as you acknowledge the innermost feeling. Let your love letter be truly loving, for this is a creative expression to attract even more love and beauty into your world. And then you have Peonia. You're about to become very prosperous. And we saw that was going to be your outcome, I think, was prosperity. It doesn't look like it, but something's going to change in your situation. And I think it's this emperor. I think he's been holding on to his ex because he didn't know how to let go. But when he finally can let her go, he's going to come to you. Would you come to me if I needed you? This woman needs you. Her finances are struggling. And it's not because she's irresponsible. It's because life has really thrown her some shit. She's going through some kind of very tough time in life. You are now being blessed with prosperity, abundance, and creativity. To enhance this time of joy and amplify your experience of grace, practice gratitude. Simply be happy for what you have and what is being given to you. The universe loves to keep on giving to those who are grateful and happy to receive and who give back to life from the heart with gratitude and a positive attitude. This is such a healing time for you. The healer within is awakening, and your ability to give and receive healing energy is becoming more powerful. Your soul connection to animals, plants, and crystals will support your healing and increase your energy to attract and create positive life situations for yourself and others. Spiritual guidance. Are you part woman, part fairy queen? It's that gleam of beautiful, bright magic and flirtatious mischief in your eyes. Your soul catches the light. If any person or situation makes you feel less than your stunning true self, then take a moment to affirm the truth of your beauty, your magic, and your otherworldly charm. Remember that you are a glittering creature with so much to offer. Peonia, the fairy queen of the peony flower, brings you an abundance of beautiful blessings to assist you to fulfill your divine destiny. Renewal after a deep and profound loss, the sweetness of romance, love and the feminine beauty and special blessings for healing and restoration of the mind, body, and soul. The fairy folk are interested in you. They see that you have the ability for healing, for saving the environment, for awakening higher consciousness in others through art, music, dance, or the way you are with plants, animals, and crystals. In recognition and encouragement of your spiritual purpose and talents, Peonia brings you abundance and prosperity. She brings you happiness and love, and even if your heart truly desires it, fame in your future. The Earth Mother and her fairy creatures are encouraging and supporting you wholeheartedly to find and fulfill your life purpose. So you're being told that you are going to be granted fame if you desire it. If you can listen to nature sounds alive and in the moment, or through music, do so now. Close your eyes and really listen. Your soul can hear fairies speaking within the sounds of nature. They whisper and sing of magic and the beauty and grace to enter the world. Feel gratitude in your heart for these beautiful blessings and imagine them filling your heart as your and filling your heart and the heart of all beings. And I just felt so much peace come over my whole body that I'm feeling, like almost like I just want to go to sleep. It's just, very peaceful feeling. Whatever happened here to this woman, it wasn't her fault. Something terrible happened. It could have been a death of a loved one. She could have had bad health. She could have had an accident like I did. She could have lost her job. She could have lost everything. And she could be on the verge of that now. And there's someone who has an opportunity to help her. But they're not doing it because they're still stuck on their ex. And they're afraid to take that risk. But what we see is that somebody here is about to take that risk. That's what we see. Okay? I don't really know what else to say about this, so I'm going to go ahead and close it there. Is there anything else this masculine would say to this woman? I have them upside down, sorry. Your words linger in my mind, and I'm sorry I couldn't do right by you. See, he didn't do right by her. Well, what are you going to do now? You are an angel. And I just have to do something else right now. Please try to understand. So he's not going to do anything. I just wasn't ready for you. So he wasn't ready for you. I don't know, but something's going to happen. If he wasn't ready for her, Spirit, is somebody else coming that might be ready for her? The Five of Swords came out in reverse. Why is that here? Because of wish fulfillment in reverse. So what's her outcome going to be? She's going to reevaluate what she's put in, and what will she realize? Oh my God. I'm not taking that many cards. What is she going to realize? That she needs rest. She needs to recover. And she needs somebody to help her. Is anybody going to? Nope. There's a man who's going to be an asshole, and he's going to hurt her. He has fond memories of her. And he knows that she's in love, but he's going to cause a fight. Why is he causing a fight? Because he's in denial about how much he loves her and how much he wants to come to her rescue. And I think he might be able to overcome this. What's going to be the outcome of the Knight of Wands? That's a Sagittarius. Control. They're going to control the money. What do you mean control the money? It's like they're going to be responsible with their money. The moon is here. Why is the moon here? Cancer's here. Because there's something that's ending. There's a contract that's ending. And they're looking for something new. What are they going to find? A breakup because of somebody who overgives, and they've been very patient with this person while they're and very toxic. I feel bad for you. I feel bad for you. It doesn't look like anything good is coming for you. I don't see anything good coming for you right now. I don't know why. It might just be this masculine. I don't know. Something is not adding up here. I'm missing something. Spirit, what the fuck? What am I missing? There we go. Requited love. You don't have to wonder. You don't have to prove your worth. You are loved just as much as you love. So this person loves you just as much as you love them. There's codependency though, and I don't think that's between the two of you. All right, what else is going on for this person? Another card turned over. You're going to start a new adventure. Somebody who's going to love you as much as you love them is going to start a new adventure. That's the Fool. Whether it's a road trip or a soul quest, you are in it together. You are in this together. This love is a passport to the kind of life you used to only dream of. There's your relationship right there. So this masculine is going to do this change. Look, best friends is here. The two of you, you could spend hours together just doing nothing. And that would be more than enough. This is a beautiful relationship. This is going to be chosen family, a lot of communication, domestic bliss. You're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. There is a relationship showing up here, but there's a lot of shit. This tower right here that this person's going through, you might not hear from them. If they give you the silent treatment, don't worry about it. They're letting go of their ex. Their ex has had a hold on them like you would not believe. It almost feels like they have mommy issues. Like they were with an older woman or there was an older man and they had like mommy or daddy issues. Have you ever known anybody like that? That's what it gives me the feel of something like that is what's going on here. So if you're dealing with somebody and they go quiet on you and you all talk, don't worry. They're letting go of something that I don't think ever thought they could let go of, but they're getting the strength that they need to let go. Show me how the universe is helping this person. They're being opened up to change. New moon in Aquarius. And they're making time for self-love. Remember, they didn't love themselves? They're going to love themselves and be open to change. Finally. Finally. That's the Death card. And know you are loved. You need to know that you're loved. This person loves you. And they are going to give up this other relationship, I think, because they're realizing that they can be happy with somebody else. I don't think they ever thought they could be happy with anybody but this person. It comes back to stewardship, gentleness, integrity, faith, a commitment, faith, hope, belief, and wealth. Remember, you're going to have all this money and even fame if you want it. We got a lot to be thankful for. And I think it said that, to just be grateful for what you have. And like I always tell you guys, be grateful and Spirit will bring more to your door. And it looks like you've been grateful because Spirit's about to bring more to some people's door. Like, I mean, big time. Fame if you want it. Okay. Who are you talking to, Holy Spirit? Show me their family so that they will know you are talking to them. Look at all the trinkets! Holy shit! How many of you are watching? Alright. I got an A. Somebody's name starts with an A. I got an elephant. A marble. Remember somebody was acting crazy? An elephant. I got a rocket. I got 3-leaf clover. I got a Star of David. Thank you to my friends who've watched from Tel Aviv and from Israel. I have a kitty cat. A skull and crossbones that looks like a little girl with a bow in her hair. I have that archangel. I think her name is Gloria, and she's watching over the children on the broken bridge. I have a piece of trash that I put in there because one man's treasure is another man's trash, or one man's trash is another man's treasure. I have that flamingo, and it's holding on to the pendulum. I have the skeleton key. Y'all look. This is amazing. I got the cloud. Remember the clouds were part of your love life? I got a little tree of life. Somebody plays the guitar or bass or something because I have one of those. I have the word love. I choose strength. I have a family tree. I have a ladybug. Somehow ladybug. I have a piece of turquoise. I have the word peace in Arabic. I have a panda bear and a baby panda bear. I have an owl for your wisdom. I have a shell. Somehow shells are significant. For some reason, this ring is standing out to me. It's like a princess ring. I have friends forever. Remember I said you were friends, best friends? I have an Eiffel Tower that is very much shaped like an A. And I have a butterfly, okay? Trinket out of this soul spirit. I have 2 skeleton keys. I have that Hindu god. I don't know which one it is. And I have a piece of smoky quartz crystal. All right. Who are you talking to, Spirit? OMWQJW, Aries, Sagittarius, or Jupiter, or no, my bad. Venus. I have Aries, Venus, EWQJWMO number 8. And I have a Cosmo feather. Cosmo might be an Aries. I don't know when he was born. I have North Node, Aquarius, 8. 8 is a very significant number for this reading, I've noticed. PGKVAHT. I'm going to get some more letters. I found some in the bookstore, but they were like $30. But I'm going to get them. WWHEVTM7 Jupiter and Leo. Gemini came out. Jupiter, OLXNNKR, Capricorn, number 3. I'm going to go one more time, and that's going to be it. I'm going to take a break, and I'm going to do question and answer. FAT, DOVP, Libra, number 7, North Node. DOAFPVT. That's it. They might be trying to help you to like have that stomach surgery so you can lose weight. That might be what the health is. Or maybe help you to get dentures because like I need new teeth. I was at work one day a few weeks back and my autoimmune disease was making me lose my teeth. And when I say lose my teeth, they're not rotting. They're falling out. My bottom tooth came out, the root and all. And I didn't even know it came out. I was driving home and I was like, something feels weird in my mouth. And when I got home, I looked in the mirror. And I said, I'll be damned if I ain't missing a whole tooth. The root and all came out. And I didn't even feel it happen. Them autoimmune diseases ain't no joke. If you know somebody that has one, check on them once in a while, okay? All right. I'll be back in just a minute to do Q&A. Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace. Where there is hatred, let me show love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there's doubt, faith. Where there's despair, hope. Where there's darkness, light, and where there is sadness, joy. Golly, my phone's blowing up. All right, I'll be right back. I'm going to take a quick break. And got Q&A ready, Kailash, baby? All right, I'll be right back. If somebody, thank y'all so much for the likes. You rock. Look at my belly hanging out. I'm so sorry. I'll be right back. I gotta do my sweater. I try to get dressed, but this morning I had to go to the pharmacy that's an hour away and then come back and do the reading. So that's why I'm looking like I am. Here I come, you guys. Sorry to keep you waiting. Forgot my drink, but it'll be all right. Let's go. What we got, Kailash? No questions? Nobody has a question. Wow, you want me to answer one for you, baby? What's up? Let's find out. Is it written in Kailash's destiny to become a millionaire? Yes. Is it written in Kailash's destiny to become a millionaire? Is it written in Kailash's destiny to become a millionaire? Yes, a year from now. Is it written in Kailash's destiny to become a millionaire? Oh, that's a lot. Success came out in reverse. Unlikely came out upright. Look for a sign if you believe. Peaceful resolution. Is it likely that his success will turn around and he'll become a millionaire as his destiny? Helpful people. The situation will not improve. A year from now. A year from now, will he become a millionaire? Romance. And don't reconsider. It's not the right time. Will he become one in his lifetime? Is that his destiny? You're worried about it, but you're ready. I would like a yes or no, please, from spirit guides and angels about his destiny. Peaceful resolution. No. And within the next few weeks. I'm not getting, it's saying you have to wait. I'm not getting a yes, to be honest with you. Let me look at mine. Will I be a millionaire? A year from now, peaceful resolution. Is it in my destiny to be a millionaire? Listen to your intuition. Peaceful resolution. Is it in my destiny to be a millionaire? It's a good question. Don't stop and listen to your intuition. Is it in my destiny to become a millionaire? Listen to your intuition and don't stop. Peaceful resolution. Will I be a millionaire in my lifetime? Is it in my destiny? Recovery, take action, and let go. If you believe. Compromise. I want to ask one more question. Is it in our destiny for this channel to grow and be successful? Is it in our destiny for this channel to grow and be successful? Is it in our destiny for this channel to grow and bring us success? Is it in our destiny for Dreaming Dragonfly Tarot to be successful and to grow? Compromise came out? No. I guess it is what it is. Is it already successful? Don't stop. There's something better. What are you saying? Trust and reconsider. Ask for help from others. If we get help from others, will we be successful? It's unlikely. So it doesn't look like it's compromise came out. Should I give it up? No, there's something better. Peaceful resolution. Should I move to another platform to have success? It's not the right time within the next few months. Ask for help from others. And yes. So maybe we need to try TikTok. Would this channel be more successful on TikTok? Wait. You're worried. Will it be more successful if we wait? Yes. Success. Romance. If you believe meditation brings answers and it's not the right time. So I think there will be success. We may have to add TikTok to the mix. When will be the right time? Tomorrow, divine timing is at play. Rushing in. So tomorrow, something's going to come rushing in at the right time. Is it in Kailash's destiny to be a wealthy man? Don't stop, look for a sign, and trust. You need to take action. If he takes action, will he be a wealthy man? You're not ready. When he is ready, will he be a wealthy man? Helpful people, choose a new direction and let go. Be assertive. Is it in his destiny to be a multimillionaire? Kailash, you weren't going big enough. You weren't asking spirit for enough. Not a millionaire, a multi-millionaire. Ask for help from others. It's always about what you ask. You're going to get the answer to what you ask. So, is it in my destiny to have a relationship with a very wealthy man? Opportunity came out. Take action. Outcome of that opportunity. There's something better. No. What's better? Perfect timing. And what will happen in perfect timing? Will that be when I have romance and a wealthy man? Communicate clearly. Will a wealthy man have me? I don't know what to ask. Take action a year from now. Improving health. Will I be wealthy on my own? It's unlikely. You're going to have romance, though. Can reconsider. What do you mean, reconsider romance? Trust and don't stop within the next few weeks. Outcome within the next few weeks. If you believe, meditation brings answers. Show me my relationship in the next few weeks. Oh, that's a lot. Future vision, building together, and somebody is avoiding a toxic cycle. So I'm going to be building a future together, and I'm going to avoid a toxic cycle. Weathering a storm. Outcome of that toxic cycle. Securely attached and being seen. There's been something painful in the past. Outcome of building that future together. Spiritual match. And there's a broken home. Somebody's having to go through a breakup to be with me is what it looks like to me. I think this reading was a lot about all of us, but I think it resonated with me and I didn't even realize it was resonating. I don't know. How do we not F ourselves in the meantime? Nutrition was one way. Just be TLC and nutrition. I can't make it up. Be careful what you're putting into your body. Your home needs some TLC. Why can't we just be? We need to create a routine. Alright, anything else we need to do? Rediscover yourself and speak up. What are we speaking up about? Shadow work. What shadow work do we need to do? Come on. What shadow work do we need to do? There's somebody that's being secretive. Embarrassment is here. Somebody has doubt and they're going to be repelled. Don't be doubtful and don't be repelled. And don't feel unlovable. One more time I'm hearing. Somebody makes excuses. They're not disillusioned and they're not going to be silenced. They're going to speak up and they're not going to feel scorned. So somebody's pissed you off or they're going to. That's all of that negative shit I was seeing. I haven't used these Let's see what these have to say. I forgot I had them. They're new. I don't even know how you're supposed to use them, but we're going to use them. What's the vibe is what the name of the cards are. Spirit, what do we know? What do we need to know about what the vibe is in this collective? When it comes to home life, what's the vibe? What's the vibe of the home life of this collective? Being nurturing and recharging. Alright, what about work life? A lot of cards. The nightlife, striptease, gambling, and Vegas. Running, escape, denial, excuses. Egotistical, opportunist, and fragile. And Archangel Michael protecting us from all of that bullshit. Okay. So some of us at work you might work somewhere where there's nightlife. And you're running in a narcissist. Archangel Michael's helping you work through that. Holy shit. I'm glad I pulled this deck out. Surprises. Waves of emotion, worry, and fear. Conscious cycles, bad decisions, and addiction and tension. And I see that over here. Somebody's got an addiction. Love life. Somebody's wearing a mask. Somebody is pretending to be somebody they're not. They're hiding and deceiving you. What is under the mask? Wishful thinking. And smell the roses. Somebody's wearing a mask of being wishful thinking and smelling the roses. Arrow. There's going to be chaos and karmics. Oh my God. And our outcome. That was what this whole reading was about, y'all. I could have just used this deck. You're going to block somebody. Somebody's going to get blocked, shattered, because they're stagnant, they isolate, and they're jealous. And they're going to be suffering in silence. I think this is whoever's getting let go of that situation. That karmic could have the addiction. Damn. I don't fucking know. Where is the masculine here? Where is the masculine here? In a commitment, but not doing shadow work. And where is the feminine? She's using her free will and romanticizing something. What's connecting these two? They're seeing signs of getting unstuck. And what will happen when they get unstuck? They're going to go in a new direction. And what will that look like? No more numbing, thank God. And what else? Compromise when it comes to a third party. And final outcome. Recognition that you didn't learn your lesson when it came to a barrier. And they did not receive something. And there's going to be justice. Show me what justice looks like. No more being alone. Why will you not be alone? Because the answer is going to be no to being bound. There he is. And that's who we were seeing in the original reading. He's got to stop being bound. He's bound. Right now, the masculine is bound. And the feminine is using her free will, but she's still romanticizing this relationship. I don't know what else to say. I guess we'll end it there. I'm going to pull one more trinket, and I'm going to give you one more thing. I got a butterfly, a shell, a little girl, an elephant, and a heart with a cross and a magnet. No shit. Alright. Instant Magic Oracle, may we access your wisdom, please? What message do you have for this collective? We need some guidance for real, y'all. There will be an important message for you in your horoscope today. An important message is coming to you in your horoscope today. What else do we need to know to get through this? This is going to be a tough one, y'all. Number 26 and number 13, they're all coming out in reverse. But that's not always a bad thing with this deck. The Rainbow Prince is telling you that you need to address how committed you are to your path. Have you been giving of yourself only as a means to control the situation? His gentle advice is to practice giving fully of yourself. Devote all your attention when you're with someone and be completely present in all areas of your life. When you do so, you will receive more than you're trying to get by being the way you are now. So you're trying to give all you can to control somebody, and you're not going to control them that way. Just be yourself, and don't worry about what you're giving to this person. When the Swan Queen appears to challenge you, it's time to stop doubting your inner voice. Don't let your analytical mind prevent you from seeing miracles that Spirit places in front of you. Another message the Swan Queen shows you in the mirror of your life is your fear of change. Why fear what's inevitable? Everything in life changes and transforms from one moment to the next. Holding on to the past only distorts and mangles the natural order of things. If you can, in spite of your fear, be gentle with yourself and allow for change. Only beauty will come of it. Most important, a shift in perspective is what's called for now. And if you remember, if you can overcome your fear of change, that transformation that's trying to happen, you will have a new perspective and you'll see the truth about a lot of things that you've not been seeing the truth about. And I feel like there's someone that's maybe lying to you. This person that I've been talking to, Spirit, are they genuine and truly being honest with me about everything they tell me? Are they being true and genuine about everything they've been telling me? May I see, please, this person I'm thinking of right now, are they genuine, loyal, true, and honest? May I see, please? Is this person being truly who they claim to be, and are they genuine? Are they true? Are they honest? Are they having integrity? Take action, Spirit says, in the near future. They're going to take action in the near future. I don't know what to say about this. What's that going to look like? Chasing potential. There's a difference between growing together and waiting for someone to catch up. Be honest about what you're doing. What's going to be the outcome of that? Parenthood and fantasy. You're on the same page on what you want when it comes to having children. And that shared vision is part of what makes this love so solid. Are you falling for them or for the story you've written in your mind about how this could be? What's the truth? Mismatched and long distance. Your puzzle piece from two different boxes. Your puzzle pieces are from two different boxes. No matter how hard you try, you just don't fit. And it takes strength to love across miles of dealing with unmet needs and invisible walls. The disconnect isn't just physical, it's emotional too. So what's going to be the outcome of the wrong puzzle? Building together. You're not waiting around for your dream life to appear. You're designing it side by side. So somebody here is mismatched. Because they have a fantasy of parenthood. And they're chasing potential. They're long distance, that's true. But how can you build something with somebody because you have a future vision, outcome of building together? Sexual chemistry. But they have an addiction. And they do. What should I do here? Whoa. I'm going to be seen. Opposites will align. It's an enduring love. And somebody has a lost identity. You were never meant to trade your voice, your passion, or your power just to keep someone by your side. And I'm not going to do that. But because I'm not going to do that, I will be securely attached. I think that me maintaining who I am within this situation is what's going to make this situation different. And I'm not going to change a damn thing. I'm going to stay who I am. But I think this person is changing, improving health, listen to your intuition, and yes, they're going to be big, happy changes. I think this person is being honest, but I think that either they or someone they're dealing with in their life has an addiction, and I think they're also realizing it at this very moment. Can you give me initials, please, so I'll know who this is? SORRKAV, Jupiter number 7. Oh. Scorpio. That was Sagittarius and Scorpio. LTIVID, Gemini, the sun. So somebody's sun is in Gemini, and there's a number 6 here. GTHCDGZ, Leo, Sagittarius, no, Venus, I'm sorry, and number 9, again, number 9. Oh no, that was 6 while ago. Damn it. HELSKJM, Scorpio, Mercury, number 2. All right, anybody else need anything? Is your cousin going to will you her land? Is Purple's cousin going to will her the land? Peaceful resolution and compromise. So it looks like in some way, yes. Okay? I'm doing pretty good today. I love you, Kailash. We're going to be fine, baby. Let's try TikTok soon. Can you get on TikTok, Kailash? I mean, I can always handle it myself. But if I go on TikTok, I'm gonna charge for the questions. Hey, young man, I'm good, baby. Thank y'all for being here. Make sure you're liking the video, okay? Any messages from Merced? What vibe does Merced have today? May I see, please? What's his vibe today towards Rezia? What's Merced's vibe? Intimacy. His vibe is intimacy and harmony. So now would be a good day to reach out to him. What's my friend's vibe to me today? Whoa. Smell the roses. Wishful thinking. Psychopath. Holy shit. And family. There's a psychopath in this person's family. Something ain't right here, y'all. Wanting to get established. Smell the roses, psychopath, family, and wishful thinking. Outcome of this psychopath. This is their vibe towards me. Either they think I'm one or they are. Somebody's daydreaming, divine masculine, puzzled, and recharging. They're confused about divine masculine and daydreaming. This person is a psychopath when it comes to family and wishful thinking and smelling the roses. They want to go on a vacation. What's going to be the outcome here? This person scares me. They're going to be shattered and stagnant, stuck, dead end, frozen. Vacation keeps coming up on the bottom of the deck. This person's got problems. I think I need to stay away from this person. I think I need to block them. They are psychopath. Spirit, should I block this person? It's unlikely. Okay. So, is somebody else in their family a psychopath? Big happy changes. What does that mean? Abundance, recovery, the situation will improve, and compromise. Okay. The answer is no, so don't block them. Is this person really coming to see me soon? I don't know what to fucking say. If you believe, communicate. Will I see this person soon? A year from now, ask your angels and choose a new direction. Helpful people. That's not what I was getting yesterday. Something's different today. What direction should I choose? Be assertive. Reconsider. And if I am, what will be the outcome? Will they see me soon? Trust and peaceful resolution. I don't know, y'all. That scared the shit out of me. was about to go block the person. Oh, God, what a fucking crazy person. This person's got somebody in their family that's nuts. Oh. Yeah, I'm going to keep an eye on it because they ain't got my address. All right, y'all, I got to get out of here. Thank you for liking, watching, subscribing, sharing, hyping, whatever you can do. I'm like freaking out over this person. I don't think I need to, though. I did Rezia's question already, Kailash. What else do I need to know about this person, Spirit? Show me the truth about how this person feels about me. How do they truly feel about me? They're having an epiphany that they don't have clarity. What's the clarity they don't have? Time to roam wild. What do they want to do? Pretend like they're not going to make any promises. Why are they pretending that? That's what's going to cause somebody to be shattered. Who are they doing that to? Why? Yeah, this person, I'm getting rid of this person. I would tell you the same thing, and I'm telling myself the same thing. This person's got big problems. They don't need no place in my life at all. In fact, I want to look what is going on. What's the gossip about this person? They're fake. What do they want? They have a big ego. And they like for girls to fight over them. That's sick. They have no photo proof. Why are they like this? Because they're clout hungry. They have fake social media accounts. They're a broke ass. And they're reflecting on this. And dodging bullets. This person is so full of shit. About to call them out on it too. I'm about to call them out on it too. Watch what I tell you. Oh, I ain't scared. These cards are kind of conflicting, though. I think they are conflicted. I don't know what's going on with them because yesterday I was getting a different message completely. Like, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. Angels, how do you have my back when it comes to this psycho? Obviously, I done picked up a psycho along the way. How do you have my back? If you know me at all, you already know I ain't putting up with this kind of shit. Not even for a second. Alright. I am a magnet for answered prayers. I effortlessly attract blessings into my life. I am the deliverer of prayers. Your requests will be heard and answered in ways that will bring you the greatest joy and fulfillment. I release self-judgment and embrace self-love. I find beauty in every aspect of my being. We can fly into your life when you need help finding love for yourself. Allow us to help you see yourself clearly as a true beloved child of the divine. I am the author of my own fairy tale. My life is a story of love, adventure, and magic. I know that's right. Ask for our help to release the fear based stories you tell yourself. Let us replace them with the magic that is meant for you. A lot of angels. I release my resistance to change. I'm excited for the miracles that await me. I am on a path of spiritual awakening. My soul's purpose is clear to me. I can help raise your energetic vibration, allowing your inner change and the awakening of your true spiritual calling. And see, that's what I feel like I'm going through right now. I might be that emperor because I've had to be in emperor energy for a long time now. I've had to be in masculine energy for a long time. I am deserving of vibrant health. I honor my body and my body honors me. I completely trust my intuition. I follow my guidance with excitement and confidence. I am the archangel of intuitive gifts. Allow me to mentor you in embracing your psychic awareness. And call upon me, whom God helps, for support in rising from the ashes of your past to be stronger than ever. My past pain does not define me. I move forward with grace and peace. And then on the bottom of the deck, I am deserving of peace, harmony, and tranquility are mine. As the archangel of personal and global peace, I can bring you to a place of serenity, no matter the source of your unease. I feel like there's something going on in this person's life that has nothing to do with me. And it comes out in the readings because I don't know enough about them. They don't talk to me enough about their, family and that kind of thing. And I don't pry because, I mean, it hasn't really moved in that. We haven't known each other that long. And I don't pry. I let people open up when they're ready. And it sounds like there's going to be some surprises coming. And it's probably going to be when I duck out. You know what I'm saying? Unless something major, major, major changes, I'm getting out of this. I don't need this shit in my life. I don't need a man that bad. Trust me. I've been this long without one. I can go the rest of my life without one. All right, y'all. I'm going to take a nap. Hope you have a great day. I love you guys. Amen. You want a message, baby? Spirit, what do you have for Amen this week? May I see, please? What do you have coming for Amen this week? Amen. Spirit's giving you courage and trust and is going to lighten your load. Okay? You're going to have courage, trust, and a lighter load. That's beautiful. I think that's beautiful. How can Amen not F herself in the coming week? Challenge yourself. There's a soulmate here. And you have special gifts. Never surrender to normal. And you can overcome obstacles. You need to challenge yourself to overcome obstacles. Maybe in the with the soulmate. It might be about the soulmate. Show me the vibe of the soulmate towards Amen. Whoa. Show me the vibe. You're a spiritual match, but they're avoidant and in a toxic cycle. Same as me. And they're afraid to leave. So they're with somebody they need to get away from and they're afraid to leave. But if they would be a spiritual match to you. Are they likely to leave? They're going to be securely attached. Yeah, they are going to leave. They're going to end up with you. But they're afraid to leave. This person has got to leave. Same thing's going on with me. I don't like it personally. What's going on with the person they're afraid to leave? They're trying to put in mutual effort. They're both afraid to leave. And they're also codependent. They're in a very, very nasty, nasty relationship and they cannot get out of it. Whether they're with that person or that person is just stuck in their head. And Spirit's saying that you can overcome obstacles of that soulmate. So whatever's going on with them, do not let it be going on with you, and you can overcome it. Spirit, talk to me. Is this person lying to me about anything? I don't care what it is. If they lied to me about anything at all. Okay. Are they in a very toxic cycle in their family? Mm-hmm. Are they going to find their way out of that? Whoops. Same thing. It said they're going to come here in April, but they're in a toxic situation in their home life. It don't have anything to do with me. Y'all have a great day. I love you. Namaste.